The Oklahoma City Thunder can be a tricky opponent, but they were anything but for the Raptors today, who thoroughly dismantled them in the 128-111 victory. So many positives to talk about. We're going to break them all down for you in tonight's post-game show. So finally, we're out here for a post-game show where we can do it the night of the game. Finally back in the saddle for this one. And I was very happy to be in the saddle watching this game because the Raptors were excellent. Offensively, all throughout the game, it was so fluid and just pleasing to watch. We've had so many of these choppy displays. But clearly, the starting lineup of Siakam, Anunoby, Barnes, Poeltl, VanVleet, it works. Works very well. VanVleet, his game is heightened. Poeltl's game is heightened. Anunoby has been excellent recently, as has Barnes. And Siakam has struggled recently, but not today. Siakam was a wonderful game. Defensively, there were some struggles. Defending especially Shai Gilgeous-Alexander early in the game, but adjustments made by Nick Nurse separated the teams in the second half. Great to see from Nurse. We got a good game out of our coach. And very nice to see a high-quality game from the Raptors bench. They don't cost us the game as they have done in many this season and make it difficult for us. Some really good numbers from the bench, keeping us afloat and even maybe having some positivity. Three things that I would like to highlight from this game specifically. Number one, the offense, excellent. Play calling, excellent all game. Like I said, getting a ton of guys involved, really, really pushing the ball well. And it reflected in the box score, which you'll see in just a second here. Surprising. It is surprising how good the box score looks here. Second thing I want to discuss, the improved bench performance by the Raptors, key things that were part of the improved bench performance and key things that were a part of it that were not involved in this game. That being Precious Achiuwa and a DNP coach's decision here. And the third thing I want to talk about is the defense that the Raptors displayed. So let's go first of all into the half-court offense and what it did so well. And look at, you see the points here. Siakam had 25. Every other starter had 16 or more. Even Trent got into the 20s with 23. Trent, who has seen so many games where he's way in the negatives, has a plus 16 game here. Good for him here. Let's go top down here. Siakam got out in a hurry. He had almost a double-double at halftime. Finishes the game with 25 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. Wow. Stuffing the stat sheet, 9 of 19 from the field. He's been struggling recently, but we needed that bounce back from Pascal. OG playing in rhythm lately and doing an excellent job at that. 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, and 17 points. Scotty Barnes was 8 of 14 with 19 points after a rough first half. He came through with the aggression in the second half, and that energy he brings, it just makes him a better player. Stuffed the stat sheet as well with 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Though Jakob Poeltl shot 4 of 11 from the field, he had 16 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and his defense was stellar. Also, we're seeing some improvements in the free throw game. Oklahoma tried to hack a yak late in the game. Didn't work. Poeltl improving his free throws. And finally, Fred VanVleet, another stellar game from the winner. 8 of 16 from the field. Another player who loaded the stat sheet with 19 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, and a block to go along with it. Trent as well had the answer for everything today off the bench. 8 of 12 from the field with 23 points. The half-court offense was fluid. Running schemes. It wasn't isolation driven. It was looking for the right passes. It was creating for other players. The pick and roll was used often. And VanVleet, excellent pick and roll ball handler. VanVleet has improved immensely as a playmaker this season. Poeltl works really well out of the pick and roll. Siakam was finding his guys. Barnes was finding his guys. It was just so fun to watch the Raptors today. It was so good to see them playing like this. And if we can keep levels like this up, I know it's just OKC, but hey, they're a tricky team. And you know what? OKC have the same record as the Raptors, so maybe it's not as easy as I'm suggesting it is. Now, second thing I wanted to discuss here was the bench. Bench has been just sacrificial to the Raptors in the last 2 weeks. Just like that Denver game, man, the start of the fourth, end of the third, the bench minutes just completely kill us a lot of the time. Thankfully, we got bailed out, but today changes by Nurse in terms of the minutes distribution. Rarely going to a bench lineup with 4 bench players on at the same time. Instead, opted to go a lot of lines with 3 bench players on, so you can hide the lack of ability on defense specifically. But one thing that really improved the defense today is a personnel change. And I'm applauding Nick Nurse for having the balls to drop Achua. Precious Achua punished today with a did not play coach's decision. And you can't say he hasn't deserved it the way he's playing. He's a black hole on defense. Offensively, he gives you nothing. His ball IQ sucks. Koloko, get him in here. Now, we know Koloko has no offensive back. He took 0 shots today. But that we don't need that, especially when you're staggering minutes, getting him in with some more offensively driven players like Trent, like Barton sometimes. Or if you're putting him with lineups with Siakam, VanVleet, Barnes, the list goes on. That rim protection on defense made such a difference to our half-court defense. And it just took away, or I guess it changed the game from us just allowing everything on the inside when the bench unit comes in to, hey, we can actually get stops here and turn that into offense. You know, it helps when Gary Trent is actually hitting his shots. It helps when Boucher is bringing the energy. But Koloko, 12 minutes plus 6, he made a difference. And I see no reason why we shouldn't continue in this vein. Achua is just not playing winning basketball. Hopefully, this is the wake-up call that Achua needs to get his game back on track. Love this from the bench. Love the coaching, the schemes thrown out there, the lineups thrown out there. Much better from Nurse. And we want to talk about the defense as well. The third thing here. First half was tough. They scored a lot of points. Third quarter as well. They had 87 points after 3 quarters. That's a little bit more than you would want. But fourth quarter cleaned up a lot. And even third quarter to a degree. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was 9 of 10 from the field in the first half. And finished the game 12 of 19 from the field. Nurse made the adjustments to stop him, cutting off his drives and switching his matchup to put bigger defenders on him, taking away that fadeaway shot, which was working so well from the first half, getting OG on him more often. Great job by Nurse to come to those decisions and make those adjustments. Also, shout out Pirtle. Having that rim protector, like we talked about what Koloko does, having Pirtle, the better version of the rim protector, is making a big difference to the way the team is playing. Like how many easy layups would we be giving up 2 months ago that are now turning to stops from Pirtle? And on top of that, hell, Pirtle's offensive game has improved immensely with San Antonio. I think San Antonio being shit has really masked the strides that Pirtle has taken offensively. He's a nice touch around the rim these days. And hey, if we can keep up the 80% shooting from the free throw line, I'll be more than happy with that. So, not really any complaints from this game. A thorough win. Statistically, we shot the ball well, 49 from the field, 43 from 3. Out-rebounded them by 19. Also good to see. Had 8 turnovers at half and only 2 in the second half. So we cleaned up a lot, made the adjustments necessary. This is a game on the offense. This is a game on the defense, and it's a game on the coaching. All these things combine to produce a wonderful result here, a 128-111 victory for the Raptors. Tough 2 games coming up. You have Minnesota Timberwolves at home. Winnable game. Very tough game Sunday against the Bucks. But as the Raptors are pushing for these playing positions, every win is going to matter. We've seen way too many times this season, though, where we have one of these real tone-setting games where the Raptors are so impressive, and then they just fall off the face of the earth in the next game. We need to find a way to produce this sort of consistency with these performances. And I'm hoping that we can get that here. As far as Achua goes, final thing here. I'm not giving up on him. It's just he needed that wake-up call, and we need to win basketball games. He can't be on the floor if we're trying to win basketball games right now. I'm not giving up on him. I don't think you should either. There's some good potential there. But things need to change for the player. Hopefully this is the start of that. But let's wrap it up here. Great win by the Raptors. I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm going to go to bed happy tonight. If you guys enjoyed what you saw from this one, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to Amateur Hour for more Raptors content just like this. We do tons of Raptors content here at Amateur Hour. Subscribe to the main channel, Amateur Hour Sports. Subscribe to the other channels, Amateur Hour TV, clips, bets. So much great content on the Amateur Hour Network. Join the Amateur Hour Army today.